I'm Dr. Bertie Meyer, Senior Lecturer at Mining Department of the University of Pretoria. So the background production cycle, various technology applications within the stoping production cycle, support cleaning and drilling will be investigated to provide a blueprint evaluation model which can evaluate multiple scenarios of current conventional mining practices where different technologies per production activity can be selected with a value proportion of each scenario application for comparison purposes. The stoping production cycle. New technology, the following technologies were investigated: hydro drilling, power packed where the output is 5 bar, water jet cleaning, power pack output is 20 bar, blast on props to eliminate the installation and removal of temporary support, permanent netting to eliminate the installation and removal of the nets. They also investigated endless haulage for transport. In layouts, some mines are testing the results in reducing the panel length, but with a current daily cycle, blast cycle an hour is saved on the shift cycle times with shorter panels. Current production cycle times applicable to a 32-meter panel, center to center, or 22-meter panel. If you're traveling in for both, 90 minutes, waiting place procedure 30 minutes, inter-examination 30 minutes, installation of temper support 45 minutes, installation of net 30 minutes, marking of a face 30 minutes, drilling and installation inside roof bolts 70 minutes, drilling of panel pneumatic 209 minutes or 141 minutes, and desludging of a blast hole 20 minutes, charging of a blast hole 60 minutes, timing of a blast hole 15 minutes, removal of temper support 30 minutes, removal of the nets 20 minutes. So travel out 90 minutes again, so that gives you a total production cycle of 12.8 hours or 11.7 hours, still not within the required legislation. Current production cycle times. The current production cycle times can not be completed in the allocated time. The biggest contributors are the long traveling times to the working places, because most of the shafts exceeds the optimum distance to the working places due to the lack of sinking of new shafts. Due to the lower face time, the miners are adding additional drilling machines, try to drill quicker, and still use air chainsaws, air water pumps, in-stope bolt drilling machines. Jackpot pumps leads to longer drilling times of blast holes due to the low compressed air pressure. A peak times around 2, the pressure is only 2.5 bar, which required by machine is 4.5 bar minimum to operate well, which leads to late shift clearance, incompletion of rounds, shorter rounds, or increased burden spaces between the blast holes. Current production cycles, legal hours 8 hours 20 minutes for 45-hour work week. So you can see with different stopes, different times, all exceeds allowable time by at least an hour, and you can see the shift clear time as well. 18 around about 7 o'clock is supposed to be at 5 o'clock in the afternoons. Suggested panel production cycle is panel pairing. Pairing is 1 and 2 panels pairing method, where one crew is mining 2 panels, and the crew comprises both of night shift and morning shift. Additional drilling and cleaning equipment are required to ensure that enough equipped panels are available for the crew. Some platinum mines are blasting twice a day. This is done on bottom pillar platinum mines. It can be done on gold as well, but a third bed panel is suggested, but the blasting only once a day due to the known seismic events after the blast. Drilling, hydro drilling. This is the drilling time, different drilling machines. Pneumatic machine drilling time for 30-meter long panel, 3 hours 28 minutes. Electric electric machine 2 hours 43 minutes, and for hydro machine 2 hours 20 minutes. And you can note as well that the actual number of drills per panel are reduced from 4 to 3 for your hydro drilling. Cleaning, winch and scraper or water jet cleaning. You can see the total cleaning conventional to the scraper is 4 hours 456 minutes, and the water jet cleaning is 380 minutes. Blossom props and permanent netting are tested on a mine to replace the temporary support and temporary netting. The cost of both items are higher, but the reason for justification is using the blossom props and the permanent netting is the benefit of safety due to no fall of ground occurs when removing a camlock jack or the nets. The blossom props are not blasted out. The current support is blasted out often, and that needs to be replaced, and that might lead to loss of blast for a day due to the face that is not cleaned. Endless haulages for transport. Capital layout for endless haulages is very high, and this must be considered in the greenfield mine. And suggested new production cycle. Even with a new technology for stoping the stoping production cycle cannot be completed in the allocated time per shift. So you can see for current practice, longest time is 12 hours 8 minutes, and then for shorter panel new technology 10 hours 1 and 0.1 hours, so that's still not within a 9-hour required cycle. So I suggested the split breast production cycle. You can see all the activities are within the time slot of less than 9 hours. So and for shorter panels, even shorter, 6 hours, 6.7 hours. Even for long panels, it's longest is 8.8. So that solves the problem of exceeding the required allocated time. Conclusion, the current step cycle is a concern. Only 8.2 meter crew advances per month is achieved. The mines are saved by high commodity prices and high exchange rate at the moment, and that gives the mines a false picture of achievement at the moment due to the lower productivity. The introduction of new technology doesn't have the desired outcomes because the activities in the current stoping cycle is still not completed due to the long traveling times to the working places. Suggested to implement panel pairing to split the stoping activities into drill, blast and sweepings, support and face preparations. This will ensure the stoping cycle time is used optimally and better crew advances will be achieved, which will lead to higher profits. Pairing requires additional labor to operate the swing panel, to sweep and install support and face preparation for the next drilling shift, but the additional crew advance will pay for incremental cost increase that is required for additional operators. Adoption, implementation, and management of mine is interested in implementing this work, where it's at the moment mechanized mining with full co. 2 panels can be time blasted, one at the end of day shift and other panel at the end of night shift. Two panels can be blasted simultaneously at around 1700 hours per day. This can be applicable to gold mines to mitigate the risk of seismicity after the blast, but then the crews need a third panel for charging. Some mines are on the split press concept two panel per crew at the moment, and the platinum mine is on a 2 blasts per day. It is the best financial option, and the 5-day work week where the annual leave for every employee is taken in December. So this is the very much a workers friendly option. Any questions?